Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm making a reverse dyed peace sign and heart shirt. The shirt that I'm using today is a Gildan brand black 100% cotton shirt. I washed it in the washing machine using Dharma's textile detergent and just pulled it out after the cycle was finished, so it's still a little bit damp. Then I'm going to use a piece of chalk to mark the middle of the front of my shirt and the middle of the back of my shirt. I'm just making a mark down at the bottom and one up at the top, both on the front side and on the back side of the shirt. Then to isolate the front of the shirt, I'm going to grab the two marks on the front, lift my shirt up and shake it a little bit, and then lay it down flat. I'm going to use my piece of chalk again to make a mark where I would like the center of my peace sign to be. Then using a protractor, I'm going to put the protractor on that mark and draw a line on the shirt at 60 degrees. Then I'm going to take the bottom of my shirt, fold it up to the 60-degree mark, then fold it back down. Then the top of my shirt, I'm going to fold down. Using a piece of kite string and the chalk, I'm going to draw an arc on my shirt. This is the outside circle of my peace sign. I'm going to just fan fold this line, and for now I'm just going to hold it in place with a rubber band. So this top portion, the side that has all of the different folds on it, I'm going to fan fold or accordion fold that. And then I'm going to pull it down and put it right beside my rubber band. Then using sinew, I'm going to go just a little bit above my rubber band, and I'm going to tie my sinew really tightly around here. I'm going to make several different wraps with the sinew because I like my sinew to be kind of wide in this area as well. Now I don't need my rubber band anymore and it's kind of getting in the way, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a pair of scissors and cut that off. But in my mind I'm going to kind of remember where that rubber band was. Because the distance that I went above the rubber band with the sinew, I'm going to go below the rubber band and put another sinew line. Again, I'm going to wrap it several times and I'm going to pull it really tight. Now that we have the peace sign done, I'm going to grab the two marks that I made on the back of the shirt and isolate the back of the shirt just like I did the front. Then for the heart, I have a stencil that I've made out of a piece of plastic cutting board. I just bought this cutting board at the dollar store, traced a heart on there, and cut it out with a pair of scissors. Then all I have to do is use this piece of chalk and trace around my stencil. I'm going to fan fold it and tie it up with some sinew as well. After I tie my heart with sinew, I am going to go ahead and put 2 more lines of sinew just on the outside of the heart to make the heart a little bit wider and have a little bit more dimension. The rest of my shirt is kind of a strange shape because I have the heart on one side and the peace sign on the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold those parts in and then roll it up. Then I'm going to tie the rest of it up with some kite string. The design that I made with the heart and with the peace sign, if I would have just used kite string on those, when I immerse my shirt down inside the Rit dye remover, the odds are pretty good that I would have lost part of my design, that part of the color would have come out. But because I use sinew to tie up my peace sign and to tie up my heart, the sinew is waxed, and so that liquid can't penetrate underneath that wax to pull the color out of that part of the shirt. That's why when I am doing designs where I use the Rit Color Remover, I usually use sinew. Okay, so now we are ready to start removing the dye from our shirt. Like I've said, I'm going to use the Rit Color Remover. It comes in boxes, and you can find it at most local craft stores. You can also find it places like Amazon, Walmart, any just all-purpose place where you would find just regular Rit dye. I have a bucket that I have filled probably 1/3 of the way full with really hot water. And I'm going to open up 2 boxes of the Rit Color Remover and pour it into my bucket. Then I'm using a pair of tongs that I got from the dollar store, so they're really cheap. I don't ever use them on a food product. That's something that's very important to remember. If you're using any measuring cups, measuring spoons, anything around the dye or any of the chemicals, don't use it on food products. Like I said, I go to the dollar store and I buy a lot of those kinds of things, and then that way I can have those dedicated solely and completely for my tie-dye. Then I'm going to add some boiling water to the top of my bucket, mix it up really well, and add all my shirts in. I think in the bucket right now I have about 5 shirts. You want to make sure that your shirts are well submerged, otherwise any parts that are sticking out, the color won't be removed from them. The directions on the box say for one method that you can go ahead and leave your shirt in the color remover for 20 minutes. So that's generally what I do. I set a timer and I take my shirts out at the end of 20 minutes. At the end of 20 minutes, I pull my shirt out, take it into a sink, rinse it out really well, untie it, and throw it in a washing machine with just regular laundry soap. After I washed and dried my shirt, I noticed that the lower portion of my peace sign, a lot of the black color was still left in it. So I went ahead and just took a little bit of bleach toilet cleaner and a foam brush. I put my shirt on a rack and I stuck something in between the 2 layers so that the bleach wouldn't go through to the other side of the shirt, and just painted on the bleach, toilet bowl bleach, where I wanted the black color to be removed from. Because I'm using full strength bleach from a toilet cleaner instead of liquid bleach that I've diluted down, I'm going to make sure and not leave it on my shirt for very long. I actually never walk away from the shirt. I stand here the whole entire time, and once I feel like enough of the color is out, I go ahead and rinse it out. I only left it on for just a few seconds. Then I rinsed it out with some water and mixed up a solution of hydrogen peroxide and water, 1 part of hydrogen peroxide to 10 parts of water, and dunked that area down in the hydrogen peroxide solution. I left it for probably about 15 to 20 minutes, came back, rinsed it out again, and threw it in the washing machine. After my shirt was washed and dried, I went ahead and put it in soda ash solution and processed it the way that I normally would. Left it in there for at least 30 minutes, wrung it out in my Panda spin dryer so it's just barely damp now. You can see that the area that I used the bleach on is orange, but you won't be able to tell that once I put the dye on there. For this design, I'm going to do a rainbow spiral. So I'm using my fork to begin my design in the middle of my peace sign. Then I'm going to hold it in place with some rubber bands. Okay, so my shirt is dry and it's ready to start applying the dye. Like I said before, I am going to do a rainbow on this shirt. So I'm using fire red, deep orange, lemon yellow, bright green, turquoise, grape, and fuchsia. I'm going to apply the dye in pie shapes and make sure and saturate really well. After I'm finished with the front side of my shirt, I'm going to turn the shirt over and do the same design on the back. Alright, so here's what our shirt ended up looking like. See, I told you couldn't tell the difference between that lower area that we used the bleach on and the top portion once I got the dye on it. Listen, if you guys are enjoying watching these videos, I sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. All you have to do is hit the big red subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.